whether it's men or women, there are in like schools, doctors, like type of there are in this type of societies that we don't really think that there can be predators there.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
mean,
we've caught
in the, yeah,
cops.
in the last year, we've caught five. If it weren't, they were a teacher or some type of sports athletic person or a bus monitor. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yes.
I just gotta run, guys. I'm sorry,
Off the
Bobby, to cut you off real quick. I've
off
gotta
the top
run.
of my head, I think the only person we haven't caught was a doctor, maybe that I could think of.
Yeah,
But
I don't
pretty
think I
much,
either.
I don't think so either.
Thank you, Nonya. I know you
Yeah,
gotta run.
yeah, I gotta run.
Nonya, thank you. I appreciate you for putting me in
Absolutely,
contact with this lady. I will continue if they allow me to ask them questions, and
for sure.
then
Yeah,
Absolutely.
um, I will go back in
absolutely.
contact with you, and appreciate you putting me in contact. And if anybody else
Yeah,
wanna
I've got
reach
some
out to
more
your
lined up.
channel, will you let us know your channel where they can find you or
Yeah,
contact
for
you?
sure. Yeah, and I have some more lined up for you too. Some other people that I feel like we should, share their stuff too because they're really good. Some catchers and decoys as well. And I think here's my channel. I'll post it right here for you. But I appreciate you, Sammy and Bobby, for coming up. And
Love you,
Swag,
honey.
thank you. Love
anytime.
you guys too. I'll see you guys later. I gotta go because they're about to have a catch. So thank you, Swag. Thank you to your
Thanks.
wife as well.
Thank you, Nonya.
Thank you.
um, Bobby and Sammy, thank you. I appreciate you guys also for taking the time out of your day to at least do this for interview for me and with the support on you.
Oh,
Um,
my
I
pleasure.
I think it's important at least, like I say, in California we don't have the awareness that we should have for this type of cases up here. And I think a lot of us they have been in YouTube, they have been reading about these cases. Um, we had conversations behind the scenes, a group of us sometimes, where we be like, how can we do to help these people? Because most of the young ladies are putting, most of these people are ladies are putting their life up there in the line because it could be scary. What was that experience or how you guys felt? Did you guys had a second thought after that experience you guys went through losing one of you guys members?
Um,
Oh,
I think you're
it was
talking
probably
about Bupak. Is he talking about Bupak?
Yes.
yeah, yeah, book club. Yeah,
Um, I mean it's pretty scary. I mean, I had just done the catch where the guy pulled a gun on me. Like it wasn't just like a month or two before that. Um, and so when that happened, it was just kind of like a smack in the face for of reality that is the reality of it.
yeah. I think it was devastating for the whole community, um, and
Yeah,
an eye raiser to all the catchers.
yeah. I think it was a slap in the face to all of us. That this is what can happen. Um, and I think that I mean I watched a lot of people grieve from that.
Yes,
And, and,
yes, he was an amazing man.
And I saw his picture the when Nonya saw me the thumbnail. Some of you guys, I think I saw the picture of him where it says "Our People Park." And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I saw one of the videos when I don't know who was it was like, oh, he got a gun, he got a gun, and there was a male and a female thing catcher, and then the male was like, just get behind me just in case he gets closer to us. They're like in the parking lot, and just watching it, I got my adrenaline pumping because it's like you can actually see that they can be at risk of losing their life for trying to do something that it can be beneficial for the community because they're taking a garbage human being out of the community and trying to expose them. And sometimes I seen where people like get exposed like in the shopping centers and everything like that. And then I've seen the comments with people like, you guys should have done that, you guys shouldn't expose that man like that. And like I said, I seen all the negativity you guys get sometimes. And I don't think it's fair that just negativity come you guys' way because we have to understand you guys are risking your life. You guys are not getting paid to do these jobs from what I'm gathering. You guys sometimes have to come out of your pockets to fly or to do half of the stuff you guys do. But yet you
Yes,
guys still do it.
It's all about saving the children. Like I said before, if it's the way the world is, if it's one less thing they have to experience, I would rather act like a child through a phone than for a real child to be on that other end. I'm tying that man up or that woman up from actually contacting a real child. So I will do it over and over again.
Yeah, and a good question is, if we didn't do it, who would?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Who
I was
would
gonna
be
ask
doing
you.
it
Yeah.
if we weren't doing it? Who would be doing it? Um,
Yeah, because that brings me back to the catcher that's in my county. When he first started, the cops criticized him. Oh my gosh, put him through real bad crap. So would taunt him through Facebook, go to the extremes, and then the whole. I've lived here my whole life, never saw in the newspapers where police did stings, and then all of a sudden they were doing stings, but it only lasted like 2 months, and then they were over and done with it.
But I
So
that's why I think the reaction for the police officers is because like you guys are civilians, you guys are taking the risks doing this, and it's making them look like a straight jackass lazy because sometimes they don't like to do these things.
yeah.
And
yes,
that's the thing. Like we had to ask ourselves, if I wasn't doing it, then who could else could be doing it? And that's the reason why I was trying to get you guys to come in here because I think California is a state that needs people to step up to the plate and actually start doing this because this state is where a lot of most prostitution is going on. A lot of more young women are throwing their life away because of the dope. And sometimes we don't know what they have went through, and sometimes it have to do with experience or the trauma of them being violated that push them to the extreme, push them to lose their life, push
Mm-hmm.
them to go to and throw their life away. And we don't take the time to actually ask ourselves those questions. What can we do to at least save one life? Like that's what I say. Like if I started when my channel started and I share my experience of what I went through it, because if I can save one kid from making the same mistake I did when I was young and stop him from going to a penitentiary system where all he's gonna learn is to just be another badass and just to learn more criminal thinking. If I can stop
absolutely,
one kid from doing that himself, I can sleep like a baby.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
And that's why I was asking you guys. They just shot me a question. Um, basically, is what would you guys advise people that listen to you? Um, basically saying, what would you guys advise the people that's watching right now? That since you guys are saying like how the police center doesn't help you guys and put you guys information up there to expose you guys, what would you guys advise the people that watch you guys do these catches and you guys basically your information is leaked because of police report and everything? What you guys advise the parents or the people that be watching these videos to do more for their kids? Or what initiative, aside from taking the phones and checking the phone, what can we do more to bring more awareness to this type of gruesome acts that happens in these so-called men that do these sick things where they prey on young women and young ladies? What would you guys advise the parents and the audience out there for them to take more into consideration and do, since you guys don't get the protection from the police, that you guys information exposed, you guys are at risk? What's the advice that we can give these people?
Do you want me to go? I'll go first. My biggest sharing, like the videos are the biggest thing, because even if you're watching somebody, say in Pennsylvania, you live in California, you don't know if after that man is exposed, he might move to California. So sharing is the biggest thing, even if the cops are not going to take the case, because of the city, because some cities work with you, some cities don't. um talking and communication is key with your kids from as soon as they could start talking. Like, always I've always tried to with my kids. I don't care what the situation is. I rather them hear the truth from me than learn it on the streets or from somebody else. um
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's all I would say too. Like, I just feel like we as parents somewhere along the line have forgotten how to communicate with our kids. We've forgotten how to
Absolutely.
sit down and have a dinner with our children and talk about what took place during your day today. Let's talk. And I just think that we somehow got to get back to that. We got to get back to having those open talks and conversations with our kids, and making them feel safe that they can come to us and talk to us about what's going on in their lives.
Go
Because
back to the
Yeah, ask
basics.
about their friends. I,
yeah, because if
Basically,
they
I'm
back to
if
the
they don't
basics.
if they don't feel safe coming to talk to us, that's when they're going to go talking to somebody else.
Go
mhm.
back to, and that's what something. Go back to the basics, talking to each other. Because I
That's
seen it
right.
as a lot that sometimes when I take my nieces out to breakfast or dinner, like I take them out something, and I see them as soon as we sit down, their phone comes up, and they just like their face is there
Yep.
in their phone or their tablet,
Don't
and that's
even know
something
how to
that
have a conversation.
that's what I'm saying. Like something like I ask them how is school, oh, okay, and they go back to
Mm-hmm.
what's your grades look like? Oh, they're okay, and it's like okay, take 5 minutes, get your face off that phone, and
Mm.
look at me when I'm talking to you because you answering, oh, it's okay. That's not telling me nothing.
Yeah. Time to unplug.
Exactly.
Yeah, time to unplug. Like, let's go back to the basics.
Yes. Time
And
to unplug.
I had that mistake when I first started my channel. I dedicated so much time to the channel. I was always in the channel. I was always doing the
Mm.
research to the point where sometimes I wouldn't even have conversations with the person that I was living with, and it became frustrated to her to the point where she had to tell me, "Well, I'm here as well as too. Like
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm not
Time to take a
invisible."
step
And
back. Yep.
yeah, so I had to learn how to divide my time to do what I have to do for the people, put out there what we need to, but also take that time and step back and say, well, let's talk. Let's how was your day? How how was your school? How was your day? Because sometimes we
Mm-hmm.
don't know what they go through in school. We don't know if they got bullied. We don't know if they got put down by maybe a classmate or the teacher. We gotta go back to the basics,
Yep.
talking to our
Time to
kids. And
time to rewind and go back to how it used to be. I can remember when I was a kid, the phones were attached to the wall, and when you came home from school, you didn't touch that phone till you got your shit done. Then once that was done, you could go outside and play. You could go outside and get some fresh air. Just go outside and sit your ass down. But you weren't going to sit on that phone like that. So, we've got to take it back somewhere. We've just gone way too far with technology and disconnected. And I think that's the start, is disconnecting from technology and having those hard conversations. Even if it's a hard conversation you're having, at least they're having it with you.
that's what I
I,
also wanted
and
to say because you guys said it starts with the parents. I'm sorry, Bobby. The
that's okay.
disconnection, everything is in the internet. Like when I came home from prison, I almost did 15 years. When I went in, they had the Nokia phones with that big ass slide on top. That I didn't know nothing about nothing. I think the most high technology phone was the Psychic from T-Mobile, and
Mm.
that's the people
Uh,
that have money will buy those. We from the ghetto, we didn't get those.
Well, Swag, I'll tell you, my old man did 22 years in prison. So when he come home, he was in there so long he didn't even know how to work a soda machine.
Yeah,
They're
and
like,
and
yeah,
that's where I'm going with this because I came home and even in prison when I first got a little phone, there was a touch screen. I literally they slid it to me to make call to my loved ones. I was coming out of the shoe. I literally sit there for an hour trying to figure out how can I turn it on to make the call, and I literally had to wait for the person to come back and explain it to me.
yeah.
How can I dial? And then I came home and I still don't know how to use this thing. Sometimes I get stuck in this computer. I don't know
Hmm.
how to use it. Then my niece that's 10 years old can come in here. The
Yep.
7 years old can just light up this whole screen up. So
Swear, my 7-year-old
Yes.
granddaughter. Yeah.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I think we lost the value of going back to
Hmm.
the basics. That we gotta talk to each other. We gotta Technology has done beautiful things where we can talk with people like you guys. We can react and then get to know each other. But also itself is ugly purpose of being an ugly thing, being in the dark internet because it's affecting our youth. It's affecting our community. It's
Yes, it
affecting our
is.
children.
It
Yes,
is.
it
It's
is.
because I believe babies are having babies, and when they're having babies, they don't have the patience. They just throw a phone at them at 1, 2 years old and say, watch YouTube or watch this cartoon on here, and it eventually just keeps on going until they're in their room by themselves playing video games with adults that then the parents are not educating them that there can be bad people on the internet just as much as outside. And I know Sammy's got a different generation now where my kids started growing up, my town started becoming bad. So my kids didn't go outside as much unless I was with them. I couldn't just send them outside. So I they were on video games more than being outside. But I was also educating and being there with them. Like, no, you're not playing it in your room. That Nintendo or uh, PlayStation is right in the front room where I could see who you're interacting with and who you're talking to, all that.
Yep.
So it's all about watching and getting to know your child and knowing their attitudes, their just every body gesture, everything, so you know if something is going on with them.
Mm.
And then and I also wanted to ask you guys, and I wanted to get you guys' perspective. What will be the advice? What can you guys tell the single parent, the single fathers out there? Because there's a lot of single fathers. They're now raising their kids, and some of them are raising ladies, uh, children that are now young ladies.
Mm.
What advice can we give them? Because sometimes, and I have this in our family, their father is raising little girls because the mother took off because she felt like you say babies were having babies. She felt
Hmm.
like she wasn't gonna be tied down to just because she had a children. What kind of advice can you guys give the fathers? How can they raise or how can they approach their daughter to have conversation that maybe the daughter might not want to have with the father?
I would say that if you sit down with her and you invite her to have those hard conversations and she doesn't want to have them with you, find someone else that is close to her, of a female, grandmother or an aunt or a, you know something, somebody that you're close to, that you can trust, that maybe she would feel more comfortable having those conversations with. um there's no handbook, for how to raise a kid. I just know, looking back now, I just we all make mistakes, right? And I think that my mistake
Absolutely.
was not having that open line of communication, at times during when I was raising my kids, and them not feeling like they could come to me and talk to me. And I honestly, you just have to keep inviting those conversations, keep inviting them to have them. And if they're not, invite them to have them with someone that you trust, that loves them just as much as you do.
Also, that's great advice, Sammy. Also to understand that if your child says something you don't like or don't agree with, don't come off hard-headed or argumentative or anything. Try to understand their perspective of what's going on and come to a compromise of how can we fix this? How can we get on, like, get this squashed, or to come some kind of situation where we're both okay.
Yeah.
We're both going to be okay in the long run. Like I try to teach my boys, before you think of something or you're about to do something, think of every scenario that can possibly happen at the end. Can you get arrested? Can you get in trouble? Like, can somebody get hurt? Everything, and always think of the best option that you're going to come out to succeed. And fathers with daughter, that's a hard situation. Like I said, daddies are more protective, so you got to listen and just not.
Don't run so much on emotion of how mad
Yeah,
you might be or how angry you might get from what she says. Just allow her to say
yeah,
what she needs to say.
Yeah, that's why I
yeah.
was.
Even if it upsets you at that moment, don't show it to her, because if you show it to her, she's gonna feel like she ain't gonna talk to you again.
Yeah, because she don't want to upset you. So if you have to fake it to
Mhm.
make it through it, to better get it out, fake it to make it, and then once you're done with the conversation, walk away and go catch your breath. Maybe you need to find someone that you can talk to as well to get that stuff out, so that you're not expressing it in front of your daughter.
And that, then
Right.
that's why I was asking because my niece, her father, my brother, he's in my motherland, and the mom is with somebody else already. But I noticed I find out through that she's having a conversation. She was dealing with this guy that she's 16. She
Mm,
was dealing with a guy that's 20 years old.
mm,
But the individual keep posting like he goes out with other girls and keep telling that they're friends, but like it's a back and forward things, and I seen her cry. And I always tell her, if you can trust me to talk to me and talk to my lady, which is they call her auntie, and I'm
mm.
like, talk to her. Maybe you guys can get along with them. And but now the situation is kind of get out of her hand, where she's not eating, she's feeling depressed, and
Mm.
now I got involved and I told her like, I give you advice, I open up to you, I let you talk to me, I had treated you guys like a friend, but now this individual's affecting how you eat, how you do in school, the way you acting around the home, and now it's like I'm feel like I'm in that situation where I'm stuck. I don't know what can I do for her. Like I opened up, I had told her my experience. I had make it okay for her to talk to me. Like I told her, I'm your friend. You can talk to me. I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
judge you. I don't judge. I don't judge them because I made a lot of mistakes in my youth years. I spent 15 years of my life in prison for a mistake that I made. So I try not to teach them what I learned. But
Yeah.
sometimes they shut down and I don't know how to approach them back again because I don't want to upset them and think that I'm beating up at their horse trying to get the truth out of them. But I also don't want them to feel like they cannot count on me to be there for them to help them. So it's like I said, I'm a male trying to talk to have a conversation with a young girl that got her heart broken, and it's like an upset situation because like
Yeah.
I don't know how to approach him.
Just let her know. Make sure that she knows when she's ready. You're there for her. And you don't
Yeah.
have to. You don't have to keep pushing it. Just make sure that she knows that you love her. You only want the best for her, and when she's ready, you're there, and you'll be all ears.
And also, if that guy is doing anything to have her upset, he could be holding something over her head. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much different scenarios that could happen, or that could she could be experienced, that she's scared to tell you because of your past. She don't want you to freak
Mm-hmm.
out, and don't want you to do something to not have you there for her when she needs you. You know what I mean? Like, so
She's
Yeah.
she's
that
trying to protect you both.
right. She could be, yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be even if counseling, if a child is 16 going through anything, if she's shutting down, I think the best scenario would be counseling.
I agree.
Something's going on that hopefully, I mean, counseling doesn't work for everybody. It took quite a while for my child to find the right person that he felt comfortable talking to. But don't give up. That's the only,
Yeah.
you never give up. Eventually she'll find somebody that she feels comfortable to talk to.
Mhm.
Well, well, thank you, ladies, for taking the time out of your day to
My
stop by
pleasure.
the channel and allowing me into you guys' life and you guys' platform. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I will be waiting
You're
for
welcome.
Nonya to bring in the other people. I have great conversation. I will have a better understanding what you guys channel do. So before we leave, I would love for you guys to let people know where they can find you guys' channels, or if they want to support you. I know I have some of you guys' information. I will make sure I put them up. But I would love for you guys to let them know what's the channel name, where can they find you guys, or how can they contact you in case they want to reach out to you guys.
I'm Predator Hunters Indiana. You can type that in your search bar, Predator Hunters Indiana or Sammy Joe PHI, and my channel should come up. You'll see that same little icon there when it comes up. And if you want to contact me, the best way I would say would be an email at predhuntindiana@gmail.com.
Bobby.
And my name's Bobby Joe. Um, I'm not sure. It might take you a minute to find it through YouTube, but you could get a hold of me on IG. It's Bobby Joe. It's BOBBIJO underscore WBPA.
Thank you, ladies, for taking the time and coming here. I appreciated having you guys on my platform. I appreciate
My
you guys.
pleasure.
I preach. It was a pleasure getting to know you guys and getting to know you guys' channel. I will make sure the people from my channel goes and check out you guys' channels and support you guys. And like I said, I have some of you guys' information. I will get in contact with Nonya and trying to get the most information as I can to see in case some of the people want to bring some help or bring some donations towards you guys and help you guys
Awesome.
out and expose this movement that I believe is a good cause. I believe you guys are doing a great job. I will always say do it safe. Make sure you guys are safe when you guys are doing it, because I wouldn't like for something you guys to happen to you guys. Do it safe. Make sure you guys take care of you guys' family always. God bless you guys. Thank you
Thank
for
you so
coming
much.
in. I appreciate you guys, and that's it, mi gente. You guys already know, like we always said, love one another, take care of each other, be kind to one another. The world's ugly out there, but let's do what we can, man.
And check those kids' devices.
Let's
Yes.
get it.
Have a good one.